Hey, this is Coach Wheeler, and I wanted to bring you today's advice, today's tip. And today's tip is quite a tricky one. It's about discovering your passion and finding your purpose. And this is a very big subject, and I find it coming up in a lot in my one-to-one sessions when I'm coaching people for relationships and even in everyday life. Some people will come to me and say, I've got a good life, things are good, or things are bad, whatever it is. And they're so like, I don't know if I'm living my purpose, if I'm living my best life, if this is what I'm meant to do. And then they'll sort of say, what do I do for fun? And I'm like, well, what do you do for fun? What do you want to do for fun? And that comes up a lot. So it became something that I wanted to try and help people with. Now, I'm a choice theory practitioner and a human needs psychologist. So studying those things and understanding those things, I kind of think, how do I help my clients to find their passion, discovering a passion and finding a purpose? I'm not going to sit there. I'm not some guru that can say, right, I ordain that you should be a scientist. You should paint paintings and write poetry, and you, young man, should be the next this, that, and the other. And then they go off and do these things and have a purposeful, passionate life. It's not that simple. But there are some clever techniques and some things that I use in my everyday coaching that you can translate into helping you get closer to discovering a passion or a purpose and giving you a sense of that calmness and that balance. I did it once with my friend where me and him years ago, we wanted to do music. He was a DJ and producer, and I used to like writing lyrics. I'm very good with words, so I wanted to be a rapper. I was no good as a singer. He can't sing or anything, and we play basic instruments, but we kind of thought like we're not going to be a rock band, and that wasn't the thing that we loved. So we kind of looked at what we were good at, what we liked to do, and what we had available, and we put together some music. And the brilliant thing is that we actually achieved that thing. We together put out some music, and once you do it, no one can ever take that away from you. That was something that me and him shared as friends. We've always got those memories, and we actually achieved that thing. We went out there and did it. We found a way to do it. And it was difficult, it was tricky. We had rejections, we had knockbacks. We didn't get signed by Rockefeller Records and tour the world with Eminem. That never happened. But we did something that we can always look back on and think, wow, that gave us a sense of purpose and fulfilled a passion. And I know that I can always look back on that in my life and be comfortable with that. And it was in everyday life. We were never going to, sing at the Sydney Opera House or perform at a stadium in front of millions of people, thousands of people. That isn't to say that couldn't happen, but it didn't happen, and that was fine. We still fulfilled a purpose and a passion. Just see how it can happen in everyday life. I'll give you another example. A colleague of mine at work, he's crazy about cars and racing and all that kind of stuff, and he never got the opportunity to do it. But with his son, he took his son go-karting from an early age, and he got involved with that, and his son loved it. And he then became so passionate, that became his purpose. Now his son's grown up, I think he just turned 18. They bought him a little track day car, they've got rid of the go-kart, and the stories he tells me, and the purpose it gives him to help his son do that, wow, he loves it. And every time I hear him, I'm like, wow, this guy, he can't stop talking about it. It's brilliant. And when you get talking on that subject, wow, you can see the joy in his face, the light up. And that is what it's about. It's finding that for you. Now, I don't know, like I say, I can't sit here and say, right, you're going to be this and you're going to be that, and I ordain that you should do charity work and blah, blah, blah. It's not that simple. But using these techniques that I'm about to show you can help you get closer to finding that for yourself. And I think when we can understand, as I say to all my clients, I help you understand. I don't tell you what it is that you need to do, but I help you understand yourself better for yourself. Like I call it mental fitness, the same as physical fitness. If you want to get a six-pack, you have to do sit-ups, have a good diet, and do things to get that and put the work in to get that, if that's what you truly want. And it's the same with mental fitness. We need to give you a regime and a plan and ideas and thoughts and processes that you can tangibly use to improve those things. And I hope this helps with discovering your passion and finding your purpose. So the first stage I want to look at is your values. Human needs psychology and our the basic foundations of what all humans need are the principles of we need food and shelter, we need fun, we need freedom, we need love, and we need power. They're the ones that the psychologists kind of agree are the universal ones. There's a few others that you could add into it, but they're the basic ones. If we have those, we're kind of okay as human beings. Everything else is kind of an addition. Family, achievement, all those other things. But this is where the value system comes in. You look at what your values are to you. My values, I'll give you an example of mine. Mine are significance, love, creativity, passion, and also love and empathy, giving back and contributing something to the world. That integrates with my significance and my love and all those other things and my creativity, but it gives me a sense of purpose. That's why I came to being a coach, because I wanted to give back to other people. I wanted to help people that couldn't find their voice, that couldn't vocalize how they felt, that couldn't put it into words, that couldn't understand why they kept doing the things they were doing. So over the years, the experience I got and the studies I got, with the human needs psychology and being a human needs psychologist and a choice theory practitioner, it gives me the tools to help people. So I say look at your values. So write down sort of between 8 and 15 values, or 10 to 15 values that are important to you, and look at how you integrate them into your life. Look at your character and what you like to do, the things that you get enjoyment from doing, the things you do for fun. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to score the winning goal for your country at the World Cup. There's very few people that do that, and even the greatest footballers don't always achieve that. But that their purpose is to go for that. Their passion is doing it. And then all the people that say, well, I want to play football, but I can't play for United, so I give up. Well, play for a local team. And if you can't play in the team, become a manager, become a physio, become a nutritionist, become one of the backroom staff that help with the football. So you're still involved with that world that you love, like me and my friend with the music. We couldn't tour with Eminem, but we did what we loved in our little world, and it became our reality. So that's the key, is to find your values, align them with your character, and put that into your everyday life. And that can help. And also integrate that with the things that you like to do for fun. And then trying to put it in something that's easily practicable. A friend of mine loves nature. So he did a permaculture course and learned all about the land and the irrigation and the regeneration of the organic soils and how to do it correctly to be more harmonious with nature. And it reignited a passion of his for nature, as it did with me and my friend with the music, and my other colleague with the car racing and the go-karting with his son. And I had one client as well that they had a great life. They came to me with a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of a confidence issue. But I said, what do you do for fun? And they didn't have time to do anything for fun. And that kind of shocked them. It surprised me, but it kind of shocked them, because I thought, wow, you have quite a good life, but you don't do anything for fun. Had a great social circle, had lots of fun with their friends, but it was like they didn't do anything personally for them, just for fun. And I was like, wow. Anyway, upon thinking about it, they came back with some ideas. And the thing they said, the thing that struck me is like, wow, I'd forgotten that I like to do that. It was almost like they needed reminding to remember what it is they used to like. So that's another key, is to maybe go back to something you did as a kid, or something that you wanted to do and you never got to try. And maybe now that you're older and you kind of have a bit more time and maybe a bit more money, invest in that. Take an hour a month or an hour a week where you just do something for fun. And don't tell me that you don't have enough time. I know people that watch Netflix series, they scroll on their phones. I do. I sometimes get lost in my phone, and my partner's always saying to me, well, you could be using the time to be more constructive and make some videos for your online YouTube channel. And it's like, yeah, I could. And when I do that, it adds to my sense of purpose. It adds to my passion. And I love it. I love psychology. So when I'm studying and reading and doing these videos, it gives me a sense of purpose. Watching Netflix and scrolling through videos on YouTube, yeah, it's funny, and Instagram, whatever, yeah, it's funny, and it kind of relaxes me and distracts me from my work, but it doesn't fulfill my purpose and my passion. So there's always time. You can always find time. So there, basically, in a nutshell, is what I would suggest to help you get closer to finding your purpose and your passion. And that is, look at your values, look at your character, look at what you like doing for fun and enjoyment, and then look at or maybe try and remember something that you used to do that you don't do anymore, or something that you always wanted to try that you weren't brave enough to try that you can. And listen, I know someone said, you always get clever people, well, I want to be Formula 1 world champion, or I want to be heavyweight champion of the world. Well, first of all, you're not 17 stone. You can't punch for shit. And if I tapped you on the jaw, you'd be Sparko. So let's be a world heavyweight champion, but maybe you could work at a boxing gym. Maybe you could be a nutritionist. Maybe you could be a personal trainer to help someone else do that. And that gives you that sense of purpose to see if you can achieve that thing. Because not many people become heavyweight champion of the world. It's a difficult thing to achieve. And even some great boxers in their lifetimes never get there. So there's that sense of reality as well, of being realistic. So hopefully that all amalgamates into an idea to help you to get closer to discovering your passion and finding your purpose. Please like my page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coach Wheeler, tell a friend, Look out for the next installments of my next tips and advice. And if you need any help, come and speak to me, drop me a message, and we can work. I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.